Happy Wednesday, everybody. Welcome to, another episode of The Lean on Wednesday Night Live, as Chase likes to call it. I'm here with Danny and Love, and we're here to talk about the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. The episode just went off. Let me go ahead and hit live on Instagram. It takes a little moment. The folks on Instagram are ready. Hold on. All right. How y'all doing today? As you can see, I don't know if you are real to the lean, you know the lean. When I wear a robe, I was bored as hell. So I'm just gonna say, love the message, love what the episode, what the whole overarching thing was about. But personally,
this was a therapy. This was a therapy episode.
And right, I'm here to take some therapy in my robe because that's what I would do. So
it was melatonin for you.
I was sleepy as hell. How are you doing, Love?
I broke a nail, so my day could be better, but
Okay. I'm sure that nail breaking was probably more entertaining than the entire episode.
It was.
But you know what? I don't want to say it was boring because I want y'all to watch us. I will say when the episodes are boring, we typically have a better. We always have good episodes, but
the reviews are better.
Yes, our reviews are much better. Most times. So whatever. Anyway, how you doing, Dan? You looking good in green? You want to be seen green?
Thank you. Green means go. And the episode, it wasn't like, but I was entertained watching it. I wasn't like bored to tears, but I'm gonna give them the same criticism that I gave other shows. Like when you come back from a break,
you're giving grace. Break grace.
The first episode after the holidays should be lit to me.
Well, this was
no. I know they wasn't on a break, but I'm just saying like after the holidays, like an episode should be lit to me. Like.
I don't know. Maybe I feel like do we have such high expectations for these shows? Because it's so many on at once. Because it's like every week, some shows are off, some are better than others. Like last week, Salt Lake City clearly was the show of the week, right? And Beverly Hills was pretty entertaining, but this week Beverly Hills was a little slower. Miami's been consistent. Comic was boring. So I guess I don't know. My Married to Medicine, I think. Because there's so many shows on right now, and we're just like, oh, that's boring. Oh, that's boring.
Yeah. All these shows remind me of that Lady Gaga video. Bus, club, another club. Bus.
That's how I feel when I'm coming to the lean. Like, oh, bus, another club, another show.
Another review.
But I enjoy being here. I've always said this has always been my escape from reality to talk about other reality. False reality in this case, and I always enjoy it, so it doesn't bother me. I enjoy it. All right, you guys, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Let's go ahead and get into this episode. Not a lot to discuss, but there are some points and things we can, toss back and forth amongst the channel. We may not be here for a long time, but we'll be here for a good time. I'll just say that. And again, like this video. I always say, what's this ass kid here? That was ass K. Hey Priya, hey Sean S, hey Haitian Empress.
Hey Haitian, hey everybody, hey Art, Priya, Sean.
Who else in here?
Shelly, Aaliyah, Ron.
Right. Yeah. All right, y'all. So last week's episode was the continuation to Denise and Erica's feud, right? And a lot of things happened there. We saw Dorit have the conversation with Garcelle, or Garcelle had it with her. And, they really didn't get anywhere. We just, there was a lot of conversation that happened after the episode. People was, saying like, oh my God, Garcelle is the new Ebony K, basically bringing race to the show and all these things like that. So most people were against Dorit in certain ways, but everybody's entitled to feel how they want to feel. I don't think she called her racist. I think she said, and until we hear her say she's racist, she didn't say she was racist. So we're just going to leave it at that. But in this week's episode, we pick up, we find out that they're going to, was it Ojai? Now, I live here.
Yeah.
Here. Where is that at?
I feel like Ojai is close to like going towards like San Diego.
Okay. I'm like,
I've never heard there.
Okay. Well, they're going there for AnneMarie's birthday. I don't know why they celebrate her birthday. It took them forever to give Garcelle a birthday celebration, but I'm just saying, but whatever. And so Garcelle actually begins this by filling Sudden in on the conversation she had with Dorit, and she just basically tells her that they're okay. Even in her confession, she's like, well, we fine, we make up. I'm like, Garcelle, not really. Y'all not okay because it's gonna happen again. You're gonna be upset. It's a cycle. Like I really feel like honestly, coming out of this, yeah, I didn't want to see Garcelle upset and mad, but I would have rather her just kind of be a little more transparent on how she really feels. Because if you couldn't talk about it, you kept crying, you have to take long walks on the beach because it upset you so much, you don't get over it so fast. There's like more to it, but hey, that's what she said. We found out that Erica has COVID, so she will not be in this episode or anything. And I guess amongst this week, because it's supposed to like a 5-day period when you have COVID. So I figured we'll see her. Sudden feels the girls in. They all get together, so they're meeting up at Kyle's house to get on the sprinter. And upon getting on the sprinter and things like that, they find out that Sudden got a second date. She's very excited. She says that he likes her, and he calls her back. He swapped numbers, so she's down for the calls. They said she couldn't get a second date, and now she has a second date. So that worked out. And then the ladies go shopping. We know Carl is not drinking, and they're going to prepare for a wine tasting event shortly after, where Sudden simply says that I guess Kyle gonna drink water. That's just what she's gonna do. So, any thoughts on any of these little moments that happened at the beginning of the episode? Nothing really. But if you have any comments, Love or Danny, please.
Just I'm sorry. Go ahead, Love.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, I'm gonna need AnneMarie to calm down because it's just a reason for a cast trip. So I'm gonna need you to relax. You're not important like that. I just chill. Like everybody need to get a check every now and then. That's how I look at the trip. I did want to say, I think, because I totally agree with you 100,000%, Tez, as far as we know Garcelle doesn't really feel like, okay, water under the bridge. This isn't a situation like it is with all the other petty situations. We know after all you did, all that remedy, all that self-care at home, girl, you're not over this. But I feel like it's one of those things where it's like, all right, I know I'm filming with her in a couple days. Let's just keep it pushing, which I do get. It's still, you're on the show. This is your castmate, but it's also not going to kill you to kind of take a page out of Atlanta and the confessional and be like, I don't like that girl. I don't want her around me. It's so easy to do. So I kind of want that more from Garcelle, but I also get her just being like, whatever. She's so insignificant at this point. It's just, you're clicking down. So I see both ways.
And see, for me, I think that's a smaller part of it. I think the part of it is that Garcelle says she's moving past it is because talking to Dorit is like talking to a brick wall that doesn't let you talk. So it's just like she knows Dorit is never going to truly see her point without making herself out to be victimized, and like she's hurt. She's the one hurt by all this. So I think Garcelle is just like, just whatever. I know who she is. I know who she is. I know where she stands. I just, I'm just keep it moving. I think that's the pure aspect. She knows it won't go anywhere. She won't get anywhere with her.
No.
Okay. I don't have anything to add to that personally for Garcelle. I wish her and Dorit the best with their relationship that she seems to go back to. If you like abuse, keep going back to it, I guess, in the case. All right, so this things got a little weird now. So they go to the winery and they play some games. They start out with some games. And the first thing is like, I thought it was just a joke to lick somebody's toe. And now, mind you, I don't even think we were even asked who was going to lick the toe before Sudden said she wanted to do it. And I'm like, now, Sudden, I know you're not getting no attention at home, but baby, licking somebody's toe, that's just weird, especially who've been out all damn day. And then I'm not coming at people that have foot fetishes because personally,
she definitely do.
Really, she does, and there's nothing wrong with that. I might have had. You said what?
I said she definitely does.
Yeah, I might have had a foot in my mouth once or twice in my life.
Me
I don't know.
But it's gonna be fresh out the shower.
It's gonna be It's not gonna be as we walking around the winery in the grass and shopping. Nonetheless, she licks Kyle's toe. I don't know if she, I was like, now this is not Big Sut. You going back to Little Sut? Yeah, this is nasty Sut. That's what it is.
Yeah, like,
but it gets worse. We'll get there. So then they have to do a moment where they have to give these orgasms, and Garcelle tells Dorit to give the orgasms as if she's got new Birkin. And Dorit gives an orgasm. I'm like, girl, if that's what you sound like, I don't want to hear it. Didn't want to hear it. But then they asked the question, what is appropriate for your husband to say and do while communicating with other women via social media? And they all kind of agree that that's not really something that's appropriate. Kyle speaks to Mauricio, there being an issue in their marriage at some point where he gets a lot of DMs and things like that. One of those might have been me, I don't know. But and
Somewhere in the
so
archives, maybe.
I don't know. I've never messaged Mauricio a day in my life. But so after that, she deviates from the game and asks her own question, as in, would they ever date a woman? And so everyone is like, that is that on the card? Like, is that like where is that on the card? So they all answer. Garcelle says that she's thought about it. Everybody else kind of says no. Sutton is strong about no, although having a lesbian cousin, I think she said. And so Kyle says yes, that she would, and whatever. So then there comes another question, I believe, where somebody has to like put their tongue in somebody's mouth or touch somebody's tongue. And after licking somebody else's toe, Sutton decides that she wants to put her tongue in Dorit's mouth to, I guess, bring some of those extra accents to her mouth. I don't know. And we find out that Kyle is having an event for her best friend who committed suicide, who we learned a couple episodes ago. So I'll stop there. Danny, you go first. What are your thoughts on anything in the scene, the toe licking, the tongue touching, the lesbian relationships, and things like that? Because I am disgusted. That's what I am.
So I think the part that, so of course, putting that toe in the mouth if you're spinning out, walking around in sweaty heels, closed-toed heels, or whatever, or even open-toed shoes all day long is just disgusting to me. However, what was worse to me was now Kyle always got an aha on her. Bitch, my toe was in your mouth. I mean, excuse my language, but she always got an aha on her. Like she could always say, you licked my toe. I wasn't shocked that Garcelle saying that she's thought about it, dating a girl. Obviously not shocked about Kyle because she's allegedly dating one now. And the whole kissing Dorit thing, I wouldn't want to kiss Dorit or Sutton, no toe being in the mouth previously or not. It's just a yuck to me.
Mothballs. That's what I see. Mothballs.
I'm both of them. I know Dorit got to have a dry mouth from talking so much. So, and that's all I got.
Love. Ooh, well, Kyle's freak off was interesting. I didn't know what was going on. It did get to a point, Tess, where I was just like, wait, I don't think anybody read a card off. Like, it was nobody. And then Kyle was like, hey, has anybody dated a girl? I'm like, was that even? It really was out of nowhere. And everybody kind of peeped it like, Kyle, what's going on? And did you make every single question? It just brings me more into being irritated at Kyle's storyline as far as what's real and what's not. Are you putting on a lot in this season to make sure the little lesbian rumors are secured? Because in no way, shape, or form, even last season, would you have a game with these questions on it. So what's real and what's not anymore? I'm frustrated with Kyle. I don't know. It irritates me. I don't know what's going on with the divorce. If that's real, I don't know if the Morgan thing is real. It's stupid. And to have little bits and pieces that you're kind of putting on even deeper for people to think twice about, it's just annoying. It really is annoying. But it was interesting. I mean, I think the difference between Beverly Hills and like Potomac, for example, like Beverly Hills, their games and their little sit downs, there's always something you get out of it. And I feel like there's some cities that kind of learn a thing or two from, even though I was intrigued, but yet kind of taken aback a little bit, it was entertaining. There's always something entertaining about Beverly Hills. Mm-hmm. It was cute. Cute little na-na-na-na-na. Sutton loves toes. Loves toes. She's like, I don't regret it. I was like, that didn't need to happen in the confessional. We didn't need that part, Sutton. We get it. You don't regret it. Ugh. Can't do it.
Yeah. She said she didn't regret it.
I don't, and I do it again.
Oh no. To Sean's comment, she said if it was a group of men, you wouldn't say a thing. Actually, I would because I don't like men. No, actually, I would still be disgusted because it's somebody's foot. Like I don't.
That's been walking around all day.
it's the this yeah, it's just the fact of that like we I play games like this all the time with my friends, drinking games and things like that. But I'm definitely not going to be putting somebody's foot in toe in my right. No, it's not gonna happen.
And want someone to
Sorry,
do it either. Mm-mm.
And
sorry, Sean. Not,
I don't care how close friends we are. I'm not doing that to you either.
yeah, no. Now yeah, I'm a little different. You have to know me to know that I personally, and this is just me, I don't even drink after other people. And this comes relationships. Anybody like if I see when we have our cabin trip, and if I feel like my cup may have gotten lost in the sauce with somebody else, I will just get another cup. I
No,
can't
and
do
you're
it.
right about
You
that.
making a new drink every time.
No, but he's right
No, I'm
about
so
that. 'Cause
serious.
we've been out together, and I'm like, "Ooh, Cortez, taste my drink," and he'll grab another straw and taste.
Oh, you the
I
straw
don't do it.
like, can I have a straw, please?
But that's just me. That's just me.
I
There's
love
nothing
it.
wrong with that. But I'll do many other things, but I won't drink after people. My
Yes, that
honest,
mouth does other things.
I
yes.
do all those things.
And that's my prerogative. So it is what it is. Okay, so then we get a scene with it was Garcelle and her boy. She's just showing how much they're growing up. They're having a sex talk. They're there, obviously they're going back and forth between her and her ex-husband. Any thoughts on this scene that happened? No? Anything there? Y'all want to talk about that? I love that she's showing them, but I will say, I mean, it's kind of repetitive at this point, seeing her with those scenes. But I guess it's good filler content. Nothing wrong with seeing, parents with their kids. I just don't, this at this
It's
I
just
don't
point,
really.
not
One of the
entertaining.
twins I'm not fond of. I
it
don't know which
seems
one
like
though.
the
The
thing she was
dark-haired one.
concerned. Which one?
The dark-haired one.
Is that the
Well,
one I'm not fond of?
The rude one.
Yeah, I'm not fond of him. No.
yeah,
The one that
it's
spends
just
a lot of time with his dad, I could tell he spends a lot of time with his dad. That's the one
okay.
I
So
don't like.
it's just that I feel as her concern that she had about him. I think she's doing a good job of managing it.
Oh
She's doing a
yeah.
good job in terms of like how they're going over there with them and then coming back to her. She's managing it well. So I think that the initial storyline that she was concerned and worried that they were like resenting her and felt like she wasn't a good parent. But I think they've come along, and so now it's like we've seen it. We've seen
Yeah.
like the ending of that already.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
That's a good point. Yeah, I love that. We love that for fans.
Mm-hmm. And so then the next scene was, and this scene was kind of funny to me. I ain't gonna lie, kind of laugh. I'll tell you why I laugh. Now, in this scene, Dorit has had this trauma and PTSD for a while now, regarding the robbery. We keep hearing about this robbery. It's so crazy. We can hear about this robbery 1,000 times, but she was so eager to tell Garcelle that she should just move on from what happened last year to her son, as if she can't have any type of PTSD. You would think as someone that claims they have PTSD and trauma, that they will be able to identify other things that could trigger other people in their lives. But I guess when you're in your own bubble, you don't really see that, right?
No.
So she has a meeting with her, the therapist, and PK. And she feels like since the robbery, PK, he did show up, but then there's moments where he's not, and moments where she's not okay. She feels like he needs to comfort her more and console her more when she's not okay. We've seen her throughout this season, like as if she's somebody's coming around the corner, all this extraness. And so the therapist, describes PTSD and explains what it is. And PK was like, well, is it PTSD or is it her being obnoxious and a high maintenance itch? And I was just like, ooh. Because I'm like, you know what? But at the same time, who you married. He can say all day that she wasn't this way before. She may have had different noses, different faces, different hair colors, different accents, but she's been the same person from day one. I'm just saying. And so I don't think that's really valid in what he says. But she feels like she wants him to comfort her more. And PK gets emotional and she's like, baby, baba, ooba, ooba, ooba. I was like, girl, as he's like getting emotional. I did kind of like seeing him get emotional, but it did tickle me because I'm like, baby, get it out. I just get it out. We've seen PK cry a couple of times now. I think like maybe 3 times.
At least.
And yeah, and so it was hilarious to me. But what are you guys' thoughts on their little thing? Because we know this season we've seen them kind of not really have issues, but kind of egg at having like a little, I guess, some issues within their marriage. They're trying to like fix something. I don't know what they're trying to fix, but they're trying to fix something. So, love. What are your thoughts seeing this scene? PK, Dorit, go.
Well, I kind of mentioned to you guys before we started filming. I think that PK is just over it. He's done. He told her, "You have one season of this. That's it. You trickle it into another season. All right, yeah. I can only give you so much. If this situation was happening to anybody else, I would be feeling for Dorit or that other person, and I would believe that they really got robbed, and I would be on the woman's side because her husband was gone and he wasn't there. But since it's Dorit and we know it didn't happen, I feel no ways. I'm on PK's side. He's tired of the lies. Stop making me lie to the viewers again and again on TV. I'm gonna start to
Allegedly.
call you out. I'm over it.
But the allegedly thing, Cortez.
Allegedly, home invasion. Insert here. Allegedly. He's over it. So I'm Team PK. And I do like how at the end he shaded her and was just like, "You're so beautiful when you're asleep." Or he said something and I loved it. I'm on PK's side.
So I'm in between on this, kind of like Cortez, because I agree with what Cortez said. You know, if someone says they have PTSD, you kind of got to take them at their word for it somewhat, because you know, if you never experienced it, you don't know what it looks like, you know. But there are things she does that he rightly points out that, you know, what about the other things that you do that's not PTSD? When she downed the fact that he couldn't get a presidential suite, when she was, you know, kind of being like this to her dressers and stuff. And, you know, so those things, like he said, is that PTSD or is that high maintenance? Because there's, and, you know, and I understand you have you know, you were worried about the kids, but do you really think your husband is going to plan all this and not have somebody take care of the children? But, you know, I guess the PTSD part is wanting to know where they were, like needing to know where they are. So I kind of get that too. But at the same time, like Cortez said, he knows who he married, you know. And, you know, Tez, I think I think she was always high maintenance, but I think it became worse as she got on the show, because I'm pretty sure before she used to repeat things she wore, you know, stuff like that. But now she feels like she can't.
Sure.
She has to do this to maintain an image. So I think it's elevated more. And I also think that now him dealing with the high maintenance stuff coming at the wrong time on top of the PTSD, I think those two things combined is driving him insane. But I don't think he's going to be checking for her no more. You could see in his confession, he done lost some weight. His neck is tucked in and slimmed down and stuff. Baby, he's going to be out of here.
Well, and one thing I will say too is that, I mean, when it comes to PTSD, it is real. You know, I don't discount whatever she feels like she went through, because that's her story.
And they react differently.
We react differently. I have a hard time just seeing her not give the other people the same grace, and so it's like, okay, this alleged robbery happened, and so you want us to feel bad. There's jump scares and things like that. You're walking around the corner like, oh my god, or you're scared to be in public settings because you don't know what's going to happen. So it's just like, you know, have that same, you know, grace and understanding for other people. I really hope that she learns that at least she can be in her own bubble, but I mean, you have to have, of course, you know, empathy for other people. But yes, and those teeth are fixed. Danny, Dion says marry him. Okay. Just a comment in the chat. So hey, you know, maybe get on that.
Hey, Dion.
And I will say another thing. I think Dorit, like I said, I think she's always been the same, but also she is a public figure now. She's on the show. So I mean, Beverly Hills, lavish life. I mean, what does he really expect? I mean, he didn't create a monster. She was a little monster, and now she's a big monster. Scared of monsters. Quick comment.
Deal with it.
Quick super chat from Isabel. Isabel is one of my few favorites around, because Isabel has been around since we started doing Beverly Hills 3 years ago, I believe. And so she gave a super chat tonight for $20. Hola, Lean, finally caught up live. I know you don't mess with us no more, Isabel.
Can I also say that on Monday for Potomac and tonight, Isabel also sent me my own personal super chats. So thank you, Isabel, for sending it back.
Oh,
Thank you
see
so
now,
much. You
man.
already know what
Okay,
appreciate
see
Come
it.
on,
now
come on,
I am
Monkey
I
Isabel.
gotta give you
man.
a
I'm
cut.
just saying.
I
No, no,
gotta
no.
get the Nina's
If she
percentage. I'm
if
just
she
joking.
sent it to you personally, it goes to you personally. If it comes to the
I'm
lead,
just
it goes
messing
to the
with you.
lead. I'm just out. We love
Thank
Isabel.
you,
Thank you, Isabel,
Izzy.
for the super chat.
Yes, one of our faithfuls.
So any other thoughts on this scene between them and how she crawled over? She was like, "Papa, no, 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 Papa, no, don't cry." I was like, it was just too much going on in that scene. I was like, Dorit, stop it, girl.
The lies, the lies.
I'm weak. All right, so you said what? Go ahead.
Oh no, I'm just that's how I was just I'm sorry.
Not you said, ugh. Okay, so then in the next scene, we have this is where Cal has her event. And so in her event, she has is her name Tracy Morgan or is it just Morgan? I thought what's
I think it's
what's
just
what's her
Morgan.
name? It's
It's just
Morgan. Why do
Morgan.
Is it
More
Morgan Hill?
not Morgan Wallen. Morgan
Is it
is
Morgan
Morgan
Hill?
Wade. Morgan Wade.
yeah.
Morgan
Morgan
Wade.
Wayne.
Okay, Morgan Wade Wayne. We get whack. I don't know. So Morgan is going to be singing at the event, and she says that her favorite person to talk to these days is Morgan. And so when they get there, we see Morgan and Kyle interact. It's very lovey-dovey as she kind of struggles to kind of read out her speech that she's going to read out later. But Morgan is very encouraging, doing all the things I guess Kyle would want as she feels she's not getting it from home, right? And so the ladies arrive, and the first person we see is Teddy the Gnat, and she actually approaches Garcelle, referring to herself as the Gnat. I don't know if she thought it was gonna pop or something like that, but as Asia would say, it was not a bar. I was like, Teddy, please go away from me with this. Um, but yeah, Teddy's there. For anybody excited, what's his name? Jamie loves Taylor, so I know Jamie was like probably lit up if he's watching or maybe watching. I don't know. We found out that Mo is not coming. Cal is emotional about that, and everyone's like wondering why would Mo not be coming. Kind of further feeding into the rumors that there's something going on. Because why would he not be there for her as she,
Such an
important event for her best friend? It was kind of crazy, but he's not there. So the event starts to happen, and then we see AnneMarie, Crystal, and Garcelle sitting over there, and she's just like, Sutton's y'all friend, right? Like she cool, like I don't know her like that, but what I will say is that thing about the small esophagus, that's a lie. She said I did my research, I looked it up, and usually that's associated with some type of eating disorder. And she says the exact word eating disorder. And so Garcelle was like, first she said, "Why do you care so much?" And I was like, well, okay, yeah, why do you care so much? AnneMarie really didn't have a response. But she says she did her research. She does imply that she maybe had some kind of eating disorder in the past. And that a small esophagus is not a diagnosis that you can, not a medical diagnosis that a medical expert would give. So then Crystal steps in because Crystal is very big about things such as eating disorders and things, but she shared her story and where she came from and how she, what was about her body. And so AnneMarie says that she did not say eating disorder, and the cameras roll back 20 seconds before, and she literally said it, even though she said she didn't say it. I love moments like these. Are probably my favorite moments on these shows because it's like you just said it, but you forgot that fast. But hey, I'm sure we've all been like that before. Um, so at some point, Kristen and Garcelle just get up and leave her looking crazy as she does anyway. And Garcelle goes over to Sutton and is just like, "Girl, let me tell you right now, AnneMarie is coming for you." And Sutton says, "Listen, I'm on the board. My father passed from suicide. I'm not F with me tonight." And I said, and I think she meant that. So I will stop there and get you guys' thoughts. I'll start with you, love.
Whew. I love how there's this Teddy just nobody cares. I love how even when she tries to pop up in the scene, people pay her dust. I feel like it's like a general the masses is kind of all in agreement of it being like, Teddy, stop trying to like she wants Teddy to happen so bad, and it's just not gonna happen. She is like a Nat. And Garcelle looked over her head, barely gave any eye contact. She's like, wait, what, Nat? Okay, girl, and was out.
That's what she did for real.
That was it. Like, looked over her shoulder to the back, and that was it. I was like, oh, thank God. Don't even breathe anything. And so don't even give her a scene. The fact that she's mic'd is interesting, but don't even give her a scene. But other than that, now Mauricio not being there is very interesting. That is very telling. That's interesting because if we go on the route of this being more of this something for a storyline, that in itself would still be low to do. So that's why I'm kind of feeling like, well, dang, maybe you guys really are just, because that's still the mother of your kids. That's still your wife during filming. No separation, no nothing. So in that moment, in 4K in real time, that's wild that you did that. It is wild. So I'm like, wow. I think that's the most I got out of the ending scene, to be honest with you. I mean, outside of it was a very serious, deep scene. But that was one of the things that really stuck in my mind a lot. Like, oh, that is a big deal. Like, no matter how you slice it or dice it, Kyle's lying, she's not. That in itself is a big deal. And then AnneMarie, my thing is this. If you know that those two are her friends, why are you talking trash about her? What sense does that make? Hey, you guys are her friends, right? Okay, good. Let me go ahead and tell you how much your friend is lying. What? Girl, huh? That was the weirdest thing to me. Why are you going to those two? And Garcelle, they're butt buddies. Why would you do that? I just don't like her. She can go. I was telling Dan, one season wonder. It was cute. It was fun. I think your husband's going to do everything that we need to be done. Contract's already out. You're not returning. I need that. I just don't like her. And when Crystal gathers her later, I live for it. But that's all I got. AnneMarie can go. Kyle is in love. And that's it. That's all I got.
So Annabelle, I'm gonna call her Annabelle, like the evil doll, like Chase calls her. Annabelle.
Shucks.
Annabelle, to me, love. I think she said that to Garcelle and Crystal, purposely knowing it was going to get back to Sutton. She needs some kind of drama and beef to be interesting, and I believe she thinks that Sutton is the easiest target. Because she's been a fan of the show, and she's seen Sutton like never be able to finish a fight without crying. So I think she believes Sutton is the easiest target.
Long season.
She says it's not a medical diagnosis, but yet Dr. Tiffany Moon, Dr. Nicole from Miami have said otherwise. They didn't have to do research. They already know what it is because they're doctors. She's not a doctor, so that's why she had to do research.
Clock it.
And then this whole Mauricio not being there thing, I have mixed views on it. Like, I don't care what we're going through. Something as you've been there the longest, knowing what this friendship was to me, that this was family to me.
And
be there and support.
She was like a sister.
Be there and support.
Close to Mo too.
But also at the same time, we don't know the dynamics of why he's there. Sure, Kyle said he's on a business trip, but maybe she didn't want him there because she said herself he was the one I would have leaned on a year ago. Maybe she didn't want him there because she's going to be leaning on Morgan.
That would be wild, though, to paint him out, because it looks like he chose to work over making it here. So that could be the case. She's diabolical, though, but continue.
Yeah, because, he would. I feel like he would have been there if she wanted him there, especially with his daughters and everyone else there. And if they're trying to keep things quiet, I just don't think she wanted him there. I think she chose who she wanted there, and that, as you say, is saying a lot.
Saying everything.
So that's all I got. And and Dorit and her comment about Garcelle lighting a match. Dorit can't hold water.
Oh, forgot about that.
Dorit can't hold water. She's always, just this season we saw her lighting the match to take the heat off of her between Denise and Erica. We saw her lighting the match at the table.
I'm sorry.
Oh, and about the net. the funniest part is she made that comment to Garcelle after Garcelle walked past her to greet other people.
Right. I was gonna be
Like Garcelle skipped her
you
in
looked
greeting
right
her.
through her.
Yeah. So
We see
she
each
skips
other.
her, and then she still decides to make herself known. Like, girl, get out of here. Annabelle need to go.
I love that.
This
I
is
love that.
this is a female Nat on the screen. This is Teddy Mellencamp. Is it Mellencamp? Is that right?
Well, that's her
Oh,
father's. Yeah, I
Teddy.
guess so. I don't know what her married last name is, or she took it, but I really don't care. She's not important.
No, she's not.
Melon
This
Nat.
is right through her.
I would like for her to be like
Mrs. Nat.
no, like the Morgan.
Mhm.
Not Morgan, the no morals, Faye. The
Morally correct.
morally
Faye.
corrupt Faye Resnick. I would like her to be like her. Like, we'll see Faye every now and then. She's actually invited somewhere to participate. But when she's there, like tonight, she didn't make herself known and go out and speak to people. She stayed out the way. We just saw her in scenes. If you're really there just to be Kyle's friend like she is, that's what you do. You don't try to insert yourself into scenes purposely.
That's
Just trying to get people to come see that boring podcast. No, thank you.
Yeah, we don't need that two terrible twats in the wait. What is it? Two
Oh,
terrible
and
twats?
Annabelle got to know she messed up mentioning eating disorder or insinuating one in front of Crystal. Like, that's a
I
wrap.
was saying when she said that, I was like, Crystal finna get her. Crystal's. It didn't matter if it was Crystal's an enemy. She would have been like, okay, wait a minute, we're not gonna do that because Crystal.
And she wouldn't even let her talk. She was like, wait a minute. Wait. I was like, oh, girl.
Because she had her lines rehearsed and she wanted to get everything out.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? The good thing about it is that, Annabelle, as he's calling her, likes to, is clearly trying to, create something with Sutton. And I really do think Kyle is kind of behind that. Obviously, clearly, she's letting it happen. But what she doesn't know is it's about to turn into her and Crystal. And I really hope that Crystal lets her have it.
I think she is. I really think she is.
Crystal fan like that. She's cool. I don't dislike her.
I don't mind her.
I don't mind her, but hopefully this lets her unleash on AnneMarie, because AnneMarie is like, she's just so whack. I mean, I don't know,
so
like,
because for real, why are you so invested?
Right, like
because she's at 8.5.
And you bringing this up. I know that we have this stuff all the time at the events, but you bringing this up at this. I mean, for one, I'll say her bringing it up about the small esophagus, it didn't make the episode any better. Actually, it still was a pretty boring episode to me. So I would say if it made much more of something, sure, but you didn't add to the episode. The girls walked off on you and made you look crazy. Like you.
But it wasn't like they were even having a conversation and it came up. She sat down. Hey, y'all are Sutton's friends, right? And then boom, like it was so.
And she tried to say that she tried to make it seem like Crystal was the one. She was like, "Well, I didn't say that. You said it. Actually, you did. You literally said it, and that was the first thing you said, and you led with it. So it's like, girl, please learn Housewives 101. Come on, stop.
And you can't let 30 seconds go by and be like, I didn't say that. Not 30 seconds.
Yeah, and she needs to realize.
Do better.
A couple of seasons ago, Sutton might have been the one to pick on, but this season, wrong road, Annabelle.
Wrong road.
I kind of wish that she would have started something, with Sutton, and we would have got a baby, because Sutton was, what I will say, it was emotional, and I'll continue the episode. It was emotional kind of seeing, Kyle, because Kyle, I mean, I like Kyle, but I don't think she deserved that in terms of like Mauricio not being there and stuff like that. It would have been nice to have him there. I would have, this is her best friend, so I would never. Well, whatever it was, still, it was a big moment for her. So
it
he
looks
could have been
there. It does look bad.
It looks bad.
It adds more fire to more fuel to what's going on in their relationship, and it just didn't look like.
He might already feel or suspect that something is going on between her and Morgan, and he probably don't want to be in the same room as Morgan.
Maybe. I don't know. Maybe so, because I was like, they were. Do y'all think that they gave off a very intimate vibe the entire episode?
Feeding her, like Dorit said, that starts rumors. She's feeding her like that fruit. Like eat as close as me in New York. It says I ain't gonna feed you like that, you know.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, sometimes
I mean,
there's a term called sloppy. Like so, cheaters are sloppy anyway. They're just trash, I would say. And so some cheaters are even sloppier than others. They do things that it's just like, why would you even be doing? Like, okay, if you're gonna cheat, then cheat off on the side. Do what you gotta do. Have your little relationship, but don't do things to make your partner look crazy. One thing I always say, don't make me look crazy. And I think that
you
I guess
speak.
in this, if exactly, and if Mauricio was there, he would be looking crazy because it did look like they had like a little mini intimacy situation going on, and I just like,
Even the ring thing. What was the ring thing in the sprinter test? Like, oh, put it on. Oh, it's too big for me. Oh, what was that? That's your ring. Did you remember when it was Teddy, Morgan, and Kyle, and they were on their way, and they were like sharing rings, and Teddy was like, I can't do
yeah,
anything about it. It was like a quick moment. But even that back and forth exchange, I'm like, you don't do that with Dorit or Erica or anybody. Like, you're just
yeah,
adding on to it. I can't
yeah.
stand Dorit, but she right. I'm glad it was the first time someone said it.
And this, I will say I'm not saying that Kyle is cheating because I mean I'm not putting that on her. This is I'm not saying it at all. So it's not even allegedly. However, I mean she's married, so what do you call it?
Yeah,
Uh, Adultery? You want to
Emotional
use
cheating is still cheating,
you
child.
want to do another kind of term and whatever it is? Her emotions are clearly over here, and Mauricio is way over there. So hello, you know. But the episode ends as she gives her speech. They do show more little montages of her kind of having these moments with Morgan. And she gets emotional. We see Sutton tap in and talk about her father and how he's very proud of her and her kids and things like that. And I think that's probably what touched me the most. Just seeing Sutton. Sutton is so like she's emotional, but she's so awkward. And even in this moment, speaking about her dad and how he, and she said he's there, which he is. It was just cute to see that. And so it was a little, it didn't grab me for tears. I wasn't a tear jerker, but I was like, oh, like this,
yeah,
that was the message of the episode,
yeah.
yeah,
And I think Sutton in this moment, like when you see her being emotional and stuff, that's the only reason she didn't go over there marching to Annabelle because this event was triggering for her and emotional for her as well because it put her in the mindset. That's the only reason Annabelle didn't get it yet.
yeah. Well, Annabelle gonna get it next, it seems. Because I mean, it's gonna get back to her. What they didn't tell Sutton what happened. Thank God, Garcelle took the time to be like, let's not produce, let's keep it what it is. All she said was she's coming for you, and when she realized that Sutton was not here for it, she let it go. Now, if that was
Mhm.
Kyle was telling Dorit something that somebody said, and Dorit was like, I don't want to hear it. Kyle would be like, well, I just got to say it because it's really bothering me. And that's the difference between Kyle
Dorit could have
producing
said it on
and
the microphone.
She gonna get
right.
that scene. She
No,
gonna get
no,
that
not
scene by
Dorit.
any means necessary.
Well, no, I'm not talking about Dorit. I'm talking about the way that like if somebody said something about Dorit and Kyle wanted to let Dorit know as a friend, if Dorit said I don't want to talk about it or it's too much,
Yeah,
Kyle would still force it. Is what I'm saying.
yeah,
Versus
you're right.
Garcelle letting it go and being like, I'm not. I'll let it. I'll wait till next time because there's always time to get it out. They got like plenty more time to film. So yeah, Garcelle producing versus Kyle producing.
One is
Whole
empathetic.
another world.
One knows the time
One
and
is
place.
correct. All right, y'all. The lines are open to call in. I didn't put the link in there. Let me put it in there right now. But this is the time where you guys can call in. For those that have been watching, of course, Beverly Hills is one of our top shows here. But I ain't gonna lie, Salt Lake City, Married to Medicine, Miami, all these shows have been doing so good. Like this is the first time in the 4 years that we've been here, we've
That
had
every
such heavy shows throughout the week. So we really commend and applaud y'all for like tuning in with us. Y'all are like giving us so many views, so many likes, so much comments. We see them after the show. We try to respond to everything we can. And you guys have been respectful too, because child, YouTube can get crazy. Hell, what was the episode last night on Salt Lake City? How Monica said people be in the comments talking crazy. They be talking crazy to us
well, that's how
too.
they be in Jersey.
Yeah. Oh, please. Yesterday, when I mentioned Jersey for 2 seconds, the chat went Team Alyssa, Team Trout. I was like, oh no. I was like, I am not ready for Jersey because it's gonna be stressful. So we got some callers in the queue. Make sure you guys hit that like button. And as Sasuke just said, don't cheat the lean. If you're gonna be a cheater, then don't do it over here. Don't cheat us. Give us that like. Okay.
Says before you bring in just Haitian, I have to tell you, I have been chuckling over here. You keep calling her the Great Value Melissa Etheridge, and I have been chuckling every time.
I'll put it on the screen. All right, our first caller for today is going to be Demisio. How are you doing, Demisio? Happy Wednesday. What you got for us?
Hey guys, okay, I want to start with the toe thing. Child, I'm like y'all, I ain't putting nobody's toe in my mouth, whether they come out the shower or not. It's weird to me, and I'm like you, Cortez. I don't drink. I don't like drinking after people. Like I had this one home girl, she has it bad. She would literally just grab your drink and drink it. I'd be like, girl, you know what? You can have it. You can have it. You just can have the drink. Like, girl, no. But with the Kyle and Morgan thing, regardless of whether it's emotional or physical, it's just like, girl, it's coming off like that. It's just like, are you a lesbian or are you not? You know what I'm saying? Like, asking that question, it was very random. It wasn't on the cards. It's just like he's giving off all of that. So it's just like, we need answers at this point. Like, do y'all go together or do you not go together? Like, what is it? Because it's clearly from the scenes that we've seen that you and Mauricio ain't here with each other no more. It's clear. That's why I agree with you, Danny. I think Kyle didn't really want him now. She wanted her girlfriend now, allegedly. That's just really kind of what it gives off. And it's like, I don't even want to say that I feel bad for Mo, because it's like, I really can't, because he's been cheating on Kyle for years. So it's kind of like one of those things where like, oh, well, like you've been doing it. So, you know, it's her turn now. And it's your turn to look crazy. So, you know, whatever. And Marie, I'm like, Sutton, can we let the mouse go? Can we just let it go? Because what else is your storyline other than doing Kyle's dirty work and coming after Sutton in her esophagus? Like, you don't even know this lady like that. You ain't tried to get to know this lady like that. And then, like y'all say, going to her two friends to talk shit about her. Like, they weren't going to go back and tell her. Like, it's just like, girl, what are you doing? And like y'all said, baby, she thought she was going to be feuding with Sutton, but when she brought up the eating disorder, she barked up the wrong road, because baby, you could tell instantly when she brung that up, just the whole conversation period. If you look at Garcelle and Crystal's face, they was like, like that meme you be sitting at Danny, like, here she go again with this nonsense. Like, girl, find something else to talk about. And I'm glad that Crystal is finally getting activated, because Crystal is good for topics like this. So it's going to be interesting to see how that all unfolds. And I'm glad she left Sutton alone, because I do think this would have been the day that Sutton would have cut somebody out, and we would have saw a different Sutton. So I'm glad that we just left that alone while Sutton was going through her little emotional moment, because I don't think this would have been good for AnneMarie. And why was Teddy there? That's what I'm gonna close out saying. Why was Teddy there? Now, why? But all right, that's all.
Okay. Thank you, Demisio, for calling.
Thank you, Demisio.
Bye,
All right, bye guys.
Righty. And our next, right here, next caller and last caller is going to be Lisa. Hey, Lisa.
Hi.
How are you? Hey.
I'm doing just fine. I'm gonna tell you something. I'm glad they was all happy on this trip. But baby, I'm like, to meet you up, baby, I'm not sucking on nobody's toes. I'm not putting my tongue in nobody else's mouth, and then I don't know nothing about it, okay? That was just so nasty and disgusting. Now we got some freaks in the house. Okay, you know what I'm saying? You know, some people get around that way. So you putting people free, so you being a freak. You putting people, you just say you don't want to do that.
No. I'm saying I'm a freak. I ain't saying I'm putting nobody. I ain't that freaky. I guess I ain't freaky. I'm sorry. I ain't no freak. In that case, I'm good.
Oh, I thought we know how he get down, Danny. We know how he get down, baby. Okay.
Yeah, Danny. I don't know. That's Danny. Yeah.
You got me over coughing. No, but now other than that, especially Sutton. Okay, you want to put that bitch mouth foot in their mouth, okay? Because you know I really can't stand her. But I tell you one thing. Now I really didn't like. I didn't. I'm gonna tell you something about that rivalry. I really do feel, because I do know people who have been through stuff like that, and it will trigger you. You like, Where's my kids? All this stuff about him. So I'm understanding what she going through. And right now she like she said, I need my husband. I need my husband to feel me when I'm going through that. And he's not emotionally available for her. And I think that was she telling him, you're not emotionally available and physical of him with me when I'm going through this, especially when you out of town. I'm here by myself with the kids. So I would kind of feel her on that. And I'm feeling her on that because when you been robbed, I don't care. I do believe it's real because I tell people all the time. There was a lot of robberies going around when they was going on, and plus somebody stealing your wallet while you in the store. Baby, no. I just have my stuff delivered. I'm sorry. Just come to the house, drop off the groceries, and buy. Okay, you can steal my stuff. I can't steal with it. No, no. But and also, why is net there? Why is the flying net there? Don't nobody care about you, boo. Don't nobody care. Don't nobody care about you. Now, Anne
Nobody.
Marie, come on now, Anne Marie. Now, girl, I know you talking about that bitch, okay, son, because I don't like her, okay. But girl, you gone too far, okay, about that syphilis, okay. We know you in the medical field, and some medical people do get upset because I have met them. They get upset when you mispronounce health situations and stuff. They do get upset now. But girl, this was the wrong time and the wrong place. Okay, for that. So you gonna get it. So you gonna get what you get because you had not been bringing it up. Okay, so when Crystal call you a bitch, now I don't know how Chris gonna call her a bitch when you ain't call Sutton no damn bitch.
Well, that's what she
Okay,
chose. She chose to
well,
tell it to
she should have
Emery.
called Sutton a bitch. When
That's what
Sutton
she
came
chose.
after her last 2 seasons, she should call Sutton a bitch. Okay.
Well, she chose
Don't
not
call
to.
nobody. Don't try to get your feelings done now. You should call Sutton a bitch. And she is a bitch.
Okay, now
Okay.
how many times?
Well, it's just like
How many?
Dorit.
Can we all take a drink for how many times
Now
Lisa
I'm gonna
has
tell you
said?
something. And
But
I'm
hold
gonna
on,
say it like this
Lisa.
one.
But then
My,
Dorit should have also told Sutton that she was attacking her instead of saying Garcelle was attacking her.
well, they too.
I just want Lisa to
Let
say
me
bitch one more
let me
time.
say
Lisa
I'm gonna
say
say this
bitch
to
one
him.
more time.
This part, the last part of the scene of the show, it really got to me.
Mm-hmm.
And I was
Yeah,
feeling Kyle. I
yeah,
was feeling her. Because I told you, I believe Kyle's really going through something. Like she said, her best friend committed suicide, and she going through something with her sister that will bring anybody down. And I think, like she said, she don't want to drink no more because she knows she gonna turn to an alcoholic. She don't want to turn to an alcoholic. And I'm understanding with how she feeling right now. Now, Mo, your ass is dead wrong. You should have your ass there. I know you kind of built your business. He kind of built his business over in other countries like Europe and stuff. You want to build his business, but right now you should have been there emotionally for your physically, emotionally for your wife. Okay, you dead wrong. Now I don't know what the situation between Mo and Kyle. That's kind of strange. You feeding her fruit.
Yeah.
I'm like the week. That's how women get started. And I don't believe the week was the one who seen that. But hey, how people want their eggs, it's not for me. So child, I get this aboard. It was a boring episode, and like that. Also, Cortez, I'm a DM you on Instagram.
Mhm.
Some is coming up in my life big, and I would like you to be there for me.
Okay. Now I gotta travel
I
there, or
love
you
you
mean to be there to support, like physically be there?
physically,
Oh Lord Jesus,
physically.
good. We're gonna see. I'll try
I
my
love
best.
I love you. Now this is a big moment in my life. This big.
Okay.
It's not no little bitty thing. It's a big thing. And between you and Nagore and Mills, y'all is one of I truly call y'all my YouTube brothers.
Ah.
And
I really
I will love you. I love you to be there.
okay.
If you can't make it,
Send
if
me.
you can make it.
Can I bring Danny with me? Oh, over here.
Yeah, bring everybody. It's a
Let me.
big moment in my life.
Well, yeah, we'll you know we'll pass it across our channels in terms of like our group to communicate, and we'll do our best to try to be to support you.
Okay then. Love y'all. Y'all
Okay.
have a beautiful evening. See y'all next week.
All right, Lisa. Thank you. Um. Okay, it looks like that was all of our callers for today. I didn't expect many callers. This episode was kind of, I don't want to keep saying boring, but it was boring. It just was. Again, that's why I'm in this robe. If you see me in a robe, I'm bored. But I do enjoy doing the lean. I enjoy, love, Danny, Chase, Jamie, Chad, not this way. Everybody, Chase, Jasmine, Sammy, Tony. Did I forget somebody? Dream, Shantae, everybody. I enjoy everybody here. And of course, I enjoy all you guys for watching. I'm sure as Danny and Love can say the same. So we're going to go ahead and lean out. We want you guys to like this video and subscribe to the channel. I know a lot of y'all watch, but y'all don't subscribe. I know who you are, but it's okay. Just continue to support us in the way that you have. Keep us here, keep us in the algorithm, as I always say. Thank you, Love. Thank you, Danny. And Stas K, as she said, thank you to Demetrio and Lisa for calling in tonight. We'll see you guys tomorrow for the Real Housewives of Miami. And yeah, if I don't see you, have a good weekend. It's MLK weekend. Be safe. I know a lot of y'all are off Monday. I'm gonna be drinking Sunday, but I'm not gonna be driving, so I'm good, right?
And ain't
All
that
right,
bad.
y'all. Thank y'all, and
All
we will
right.
see y'all next time. Okay, y'all have a good night.
Okay.
Peace.
Bye-bye.
Bye.